This is your guide to everything wedding mornings from people in the know. That's us, Laura. Every Monday at 8 p.m, I'll be speaking to hair and makeup artists and discover their inside tips for you to have the best wedding morning and what not to do from real life experience. So grab a cup of tea, cast it to your TV, and we'll get started. Did you like that? I'm Sam. I am expert in wedding mornings. I created my own wedding morning business called the Pretty Prep Studios. There are 3 studios in Kent, which are perfectly designed for wedding mornings. But less about me. Let's introduce our very ever first guest to the Wedding Morning Tales, Laura from Versus Starmaid. Laura! Laura's a fantastic award-winning bridal hairstylist. You're based in Canterbury, but travels all over Kent. Hi, Laura!
Hey Sam, honoured to
So
be
thank you
here
for being here.
as your first one.
Yeah,
I think you're
I
going to pig me out.
don't want anyone else to pop my cherry with.
Too kind.
So first, let me ask, what are you drinking tonight?
Not a cup of tea.
So why are you just for everyone who's watching, I'm going to ask every guest what they're drinking so I can kind of gauge what their week's been like. So why are you drinking a prosecco or
Oh yes. It's not a cup of tea. It's bank holiday. Has
yeah,
to
that's
be
a
done.
great excuse.
It's chill day. I'm literally loving life. I've had loads of awesome weddings, but I'm off today, and so deserving this very much.
Well, I wish I could cheers you. I am drinking tea, as I've already said. I've had 5 weddings at the studios this week. I'm cleaned up after 4 of them and did the Canterbury Wedding Fair yesterday. So I am needing an early night. So I'm having a cup of decaf tea. So let's get into this. So tell me, when do you arrive at a wedding morning? Is it before a bride or is it after a bride?
Okay, so wedding mornings, if it's a venue, sore subject. Sometimes they don't let you in when you actually want to be there, ready, set up. So when the bride comes, you're just like there to greet them, not looking like a sweaty mess from carrying all your stuff. Any hair and makeup artists that are watching, you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, you don't want to arrive looking like something out of World's Strongest Man. You've just like got out of that. I want to get in there really so that I'm there before them. Obviously, if they're getting ready at home, it'd be a bit weird if I was there first. Hi, I just looked over. But yeah, generally speaking, it's nice to be there and greet your bride when she comes in.
Fantastic. Okay. So when you first walk into the wedding morning location, as a hairstylist, what do you look for? What do you have like a little radar system? Do you have to scope it out? And what do you look for?
Yes, I have a radar system. I like that. Yeah, I'm going to use that from now on. So when I walk in, I'm looking for space
Hmm.
because I come with stuff. I'm moving in and I want to be able to spread it out, but I don't want to be in the way of everyone else. So I'm looking for a space where I can go that people aren't going to be constantly walking past me, knocking me. You know, I've got hot tools, got to be careful. Sometimes I'm styling kids. I want some lighting. No one wants to style in the dark. I mean, it's a surprise to me what the style ends up like if I'm in a hotel, which is really pitch black. Do we like it? Do we not? It's really nice if there is like space. Yeah, space first, then lighting. But I'm very, very nice to my makeup artists. Even if I don't know them, because I always look to see where the lightest place is because I want them to have that space. So I'll always go, even if it means that I'm darker, I just feel like they need the light and not everyone has a light they bring with them. I've been with other makeup artists before where we've got into a room, we've been like, is this a cave? Obviously when we come to yours it's a whole different ball game because there's light and
That's fine.
space everywhere, which is exactly what we want.
Fantastic. So there you've heard it there, guys. It's you're looking for light for a makeup artist, and for hair, you're looking somewhere that's not going to be in someone's corridor or passing, so the tools aren't going to burn anyone and be an A&E in the morning of the wedding.
I avoid the bedroom if possible because I have been asked by father of the groom to pass his special pants out of the bedside drawer that I'm next to. So I avoid the bedroom like like the plague if it's someone's house.
Okay. So as well, why do you need to pre-warn your dad to not embarrass the hell out of you on your wedding
Yeah,
morning?
literally scarred for life from passing those special lucky pants.
Why is the dad wanting to say lucky as well? Like,
Oh, Becky, you know, Zoe, you guys know that that has happened to me because these things happen to me.
okay. And so I think this is the question that lots of brides would want to know. So, how long does it normally take you to set up and actually get the first person in the chair? Because I feel like brides kind of assume, which they wouldn't know any different, but they just assume that, things are just done immediately. Is that right? Would you
So
say that's
lovely
right?
the comments about someone being in bed when Amy arrived. Um, right, so question, hang on, I need to rejig what you were saying. So how far do long before I
Like,
start when I've
it's
set
an
up?
immediate thing when people kind of like, I think people assume that, like, say it's like you're going to be 4 or 5 hours here, so you'll start immediate 9 o'clock when they say you're going to start at 9 o'clock. Like, does it ever go to plan?
Okay,
Like, is it?
so on my itinerary that I send
Mhm.
out, I usually say I'm going to arrive at this time and then start at this time. It's usually about a 15-minute window. Obviously, sometimes things don't go quite to plan, but the idea of the itinerary isn't so that we're like, it's not like the Crystal Maze where you get locked in if you don't finish that first one. But
You will not go to your wedding.
yeah, you won't go to the ball. It's just supposed to be there so that there's a guide, so that basically no one has a breakdown. And I know that I always allocate way more time than is needed because you never know when something might need some wiggle room. We'll come on to that later, I'm sure. But yeah, there are times when you're so glad you added that extra timing in. Um,
And you think
and we
of
always
that, do you?
pardon?
You think of that. You always add that in. That's something that you
Always,
always do. Okay,
always.
that's good.
And always, and I know that all my girls watching will be the same, we always aim to have the bride ready an hour before she actually needs to be ready because that hour goes like you're on countdown and that clock is ticking. And they want to have photos. There's always the time for shots, so that's probably just me. There's always something that needs to happen in that hour. And it just seemed that every other hour, like people go, oh yeah, it's only 8 a.m. We've been at it for a couple of hours, it's going so slowly, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh my god, it's 1 p.m. But we're all ready, so we're not stressed at all. But do you know what I mean? That
Yeah.
time goes really fast, really
So
fast.
I guess a really good tip then is if you're not using Laura as your amazing hairstylist, make sure the person who is your stylist, why would you not? But make sure your hairstylist and your makeup artist have accounted for that extra time for you, or you implement it yourself and make sure that you've got that.
Yeah, although I will say on the other side of that, it's nice for as hairstylists and makeup artists, it's nice for us to sort of like look at the timing between us to make sure we haven't got any crossovers. I usually contact them or they contact me,
Mhm.
especially if it's someone I don't know, because there's loads of people I do know that I know that will just make it work. But other people that you don't know, you don't want to say, by the way, I'm having her next. Hello, look like that hairstylist. I'm definitely not that hairstylist. But everyone will have their own itinerary. But brides sometimes will go, okay, so I've allocated you this time. No, 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 no. It needs to be us that allocate the time, especially hair slightly different. Because if they've got a complicated style, it's going to take longer. And they've given me a half hour, 45-minute window. And I'm like, no, no, no. Let me do the timing. You just chill. That's my dance
Mhm.
space. Stay in yours.
So that's really interesting. I didn't know that. So do you actually always contact the makeup artist before the wedding? Do you always get that information to kind of arrange it with them?
Usually, yeah. Yeah, I think it's just nice to say, hey, I haven't met you before, really looking forward to meeting you. And then, yeah. Oh, sorry, comment of my head. Yeah, they're all not attached to bodies, but they're not actually live people. Although that one that's looking out at us looks a little bit suspect. Promise, they're not all brides that didn't like my trials. Anyway, lost my train of thought. What are we talking about? Why are we here?
So you do actually speak to the other makeup
Yes,
artists. It
yes.
the I don't know, it was like 12 years ago when I got married. Maybe it was. I should probably know that answer. But so the hairdresser and the makeup artist speak to each other behind the scenes, and the bride probably has no idea, but you coordinate
Yeah,
together.
yeah, so most of the time, or the bride will message me and say, I've had this timeline from whoever's doing the makeup. Can you fit yours around that? Wicked, yeah, I'm in. I don't mind either way. If they haven't, then I'll contact them, or sometimes they contact me and we just make it work. So, yeah, generally everyone in the industry either knows each other, knows of each other, follows each other on Instagram, or it's a first time meeting and it's just nice to make new friends.
Oh, of course. Oh, nice.
Mm.
Okay. And so how long would you normally allocate per person to do their hair? Is there a
Good.
normal time
Million
scale?
dollar question. So it all depends on styles. And so I've always done the bride because I won't do a wedding without a trial because you need to know you like me. We need to know we're on the same wavelength. And I need to plan a pattern for your style for the day because then I can allocate the appropriate time for each person. The other thing I do is I make sure that the bride sends me a picture of the hair of each of the bridal party and a
Mhm.
picture of the style before the day. So I know, okay, that person requires hair pudding, that one needs that size curling wand, this one needs that product because they've got this type of hair, blah, 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 blah. So that's how I allocate the time frame, making sure we're ready an hour ahead of time. And that will dictate the start time. So obviously, if it's a place where I'm not allowed to get in at the time that I want to get in, then I'll require an assistant to make sure that we're done in time. But that's just something that happens along the way. Or if you go to the Pretty Prep Studios, you can get in whatever time you like, and therefore everything is good. I'm going to actually tell you something, and this is genuine. Everyone watching will be like, "Oh my God, she's so just saying that," but I'm not joking. I had my favourite wedding to date on Saturday. I don't know if Siobhan's here, but that was my favourite wedding to date, and I've loved all my brides. I do love them all, but we were at the Pretty Prep Studios, Canterbury, and everything went like clockwork, and it was literally the best getting ready space, the best time. We did the TikToks, we did the reels, we did everything. We had everything we needed and the space, and I genuinely mean that helped that be the best wedding ever for me. I just loved it so much. It was brilliant. Right,
Thank you for that
I'm
feedback.
literally looking
I've got a
at
question
this.
here for Chloe,
Okay.
but I'm okay to do questions at the end. Is that okay? Chloe,
Yeah, yeah,
stay
yeah.
tuned. I will answer your question. Laura's here for the next few minutes. I would say hours, but that sounds like a long time. No, we're probably making this last half hour. So we'll come back to questions, and thank you so
I'm
much,
here for the
Chloe.
duration, my friend. I don't know.
We're here till my tea gets cold, and then we're out of here. So thank you for giving me that feedback here. That's so nice. I can't wait to see the reels. I haven't seen anything. I've emailed Siobhan to make sure she is okay. But yeah, thanks for that. Right, I've got the age-old question for you, Laura. Do you wash your hair the night before, or do you not? Tell me about the dirty hair thing. Is that a
Oh,
thing?
oh my God. I don't know. It must have been some weird, I don't know, some weirdo who decided that telling people the myth, dirty hair holds better. It's so much better to start it now it's a week old. No, no, no. No, no, no. I send out a bridal day prep sheet and it tells you when I want you to wash your hair. I will have discussed, bearing on their hair type, what I want them to have done in the run up.
No.
Whether they need to blow dry some mousse into it, whether it's just a case of leave their hair naturally curly, whatever hair they've got, I will tell you what I want you to do. And it will never include having dirty hair. That is a myth. Everyone needs to have clean hair and it needs to be dried. So I always suggest the night before or the day before having a nice wash and hair dry prep session
And that's everyone.
because
There's no
that
excuses. That is
everyone.
everyone.
I send the list so it goes out to everyone. You just need to send it to everyone because there is nothing worse than either coming in you haven't factored in time to do a whole hair dry, and someone comes in with wet hair. No, 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 no.
I guess
Don't
you
do
have
that
to
to me.
wait for them to be last. You literally like, right, I'll do your hair last when it's all dry.
Yeah.
Yeah, just as I said, say we like clean people. I think that's correct. I think everyone likes clean people.
Yes.
So yeah, I don't
Good.
know. Everybody, now you know you need to make sure you wash your hair the night before. Do not be a sconger on the morning of a wedding.
No, no, no.
Okay, cool. Right, next question. We're nearly there, guys. We're nearly there. So, this is a fun one. Are there any jobs that you help with on a wedding morning that aren't typical hairdresser jobs? Like, do you get roped into things? Like, I'm trying to think if brides should prepare and allocate jobs to people. So, are there things that you typically have to get involved in that you wouldn't think about or we wouldn't know about?
Good question. Well asked. I've done it all. I've seen everything. Yeah, I have had people leave the room, like everyone leave, and and me say to the bride, "Who's getting you in your dress?" And she'll be like, "I don't know." And then I've helped her into her dress because no one else is there. Obviously, I totally don't mind. I've helped people into shoes. I've helped a few people into their pants, that's crossing the boundary, but you've got to do it on a wedding day. Bride's priority. I've entertained the kids. There's been crying babies. They need a squeeze. That's fine.
Not with their hair
Like
on your
countless
hand.
things have happened where I've actually had to get involved. And I like, especially when it comes to like the dresses that require the corset dress. You
Oh
can
yeah.
braid, Laura. You can do it.
You're like, hang on, let me just wash all this hairspray off my hands.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice if the bride has got someone who's helping them into their dress. I think that's a really good one because they're getting to the stage where they want to be in it. Most of the time, they're doing a reveal they might be doing it to their mum, so they don't want their mum to help them in. They want it to be one of the bridesmaids or someone else. I've even had the dress shop owner come and help the bride into the dress, which is nice because then she can get it to fit how it's supposed to be, and that's something that is nice. Oh, thank you, Becky. Oh, I love so many people watching. I love you so much. Yeah, I think you kind of like it just comes with the job. You just get involved. You don't even think about it. Well, I do anyway. I just crack on and whatever's needed. And another reason why you allocate more time because there's always something that will come up. Recently I've been dabbing the bottom of flowers so that I don't know why I'm going like this. It looks a little bit suspect. On the bottom of flowers, dabbing so that they don't get the water down their dress because not people think that they don't think about that and they're like, oh my god, what happens if you weren't here? And I'm like, I know, everyone should have me here.
In that they should. Oh, that's so good. So you jump in there. So it's not like even like it doesn't even cross your mind just to like not. It's just like, oh my god, let me help you type.
Yeah, because I don't think anyone would do it. I always think it from my point of view. If it was my day, oh my god, my day. Yeah, I needed help on my day. But I'd want someone there to like. I like to think that most of the brides that I've had will agree and say that I've chipped in, helped them, make them feel really good about the day. Some people get massive anxiety attack just before. And I'm there with my healing crystal to help them make them feel less anxious. And I don't even go with that stuff, but it really does work.
Sorry, hang on. Sorry, is that real? You actually have a physical healing crystal?
Do you want to see it? I've got, in fact, any girls that have worked for me, that I get this crystal out. It's been around. It's never failed me yet, touch wood. It's basically a hematite crystal, and as soon as it touches your skin, it chills you out. So anyone that's like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, I literally go, right, hold the stone, and they're like, what is this? But I'm like, just hold the stone, and I'm not joking. It's never let me down. So if any brides watching that have held my stone, back me up, you guys. Don't make it sound sordid. It's a genuine thing.
You'll be very nice by letting people hold your stones, Laura. You're such a good person.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's another tip maybe. Maybe if you're prone to like anxiety attacks or actually, if you respond well to that kind of stuff, maybe you bring that kind of stuff with you in the morning of your wedding, or just have Laura as your witch to help calm you down.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
right.
Lisa said she used my crystal. Yes. See, there we go. We were at the Blazing Donkey for your wedding, I remember. And yeah, like it's just nice to know that actually did work. So thank you for sharing that.
Oh, that's so good. Okay, right. Now this is one of the last ones. So obviously not mentioning any names. We don't want names now, Laura. Have you ever experienced any drama on a wedding morning where you're happy to share? Just so we can help other brides not do the thing that was the drama. So this isn't to like, oh my god, listen to this. It's more of a how can we help people not do something that's learned by others' mistakes.
I've got some stories. No, I won't share all my stories, but I will share a few tips. Yeah. I think that's more helpful. When you have had your hair done, particularly, but I know makeup artists will say the same thing, do not then get in the shower.
Sorry, what?
I had a bridesmaid who I had spent an hour and a half doing a very elaborate updo who got in the hotel shower not realising it was one of the waterfall ones, and she stood under it with her hair, and
wow, we
had to redo it, and that was very stressful. So don't have a shower after you've had your hair and makeup. Make sure you factor that in before.
So maybe brides have a word with everyone. This may seem really obvious, but maybe have a little brief for your bridesmaids, like, no showers, ladies. Have showers the night before when you do your hair.
Yeah, do that. Arrive on time. Oh my goodness, there have been a few weddings. Not this year. I have to say, this year is all right. Too. Hopefully, none of the others. Everything's been amazing so far this year. But I have had in the past people late. I've had in the past, I've arrived at 6 a.m., which bearing in mind, sometimes it's an hour drive. I've got up in the middle of the night, guys. I'm not a morning person. Sometimes I wonder why I do this job, but I do. I get up and I get
Oh,
up for you.
you are a
Hours,
morning person, love. I know
hours
you like to
later,
think you're not. You are amazing. But yes, so continue.
hours later, no one is there. No one, I am not styling anyone because they are not out of bed or they're not there or do you know whatever? Oh my God, Paris has just named another one. Don't steam your dresses after we have
Hmm.
done hair and makeup. They go in the other room. This is the good thing about the studio. They can do it up in the Ashford one upstairs. They can do it behind the curtain in the Canterbury one, Tunbridge one. They can do the same thing. And it's like literally just steam them beforehand. Don't do it on the day. Literally just hang them up and steam them at home the night before. Like,
See, what I
yeah,
think is maybe if there's transport creases, hopefully the place you're getting ready has a steamer like we do at the studios. But literally, as soon as you arrive, make it someone's job to hang up a dress, the dresses, steam them all. And you know the photographers like to do the flat lays,
yeah,
don't they? So get the shoes out, get the accessories out, and just
get it
place
all
them all there.
done.
First
Yeah,
thing, first job you do, just do that and allocate it to someone. Obviously, the bride can't do everything. You
such
know,
a
this
good
is a
idea.
massive team effort. But yeah,
Such a good
steam as
idea.
soon as you get in. First job, then have a cup of tea, you know,
Yeah.
or prosecco. But do that first.
Yeah,
But
get
yeah,
someone steaming who isn't steaming, uh, because literally, you just yeah. I think that's a brilliant idea. Allocate somebody who isn't high up on the list of first having their hair done.
yeah.
Like make them later on to do it all because yeah, there it's stressful because I just know the face. Anyone watching will know the face. If someone goes, I'm just going to go and steam the dresses now they've got the hair and makeup done, and we're like, no. Don't do it. Yeah. Oh, cut your tags off the dresses, but don't steal my scissors. That is another thing Amy's just pointed out. Quite often they need scissors. Pretty Prep Studios, you have scissors, you have a crochet hook, you've got the sewing kit when someone's dress doesn't quite fit, there's boob tape, you've got the crochet hook to do up people's dresses when they've got all those buttons. There is a steamer.
Yeah.
Someone's forgotten something. Someone needs the phone charger. They're in the bottom drawer. It's all thought about. These things do not happen at other venues. Sometimes I wonder whether venues have actually thought about us at all because in there, there's not enough space, there's not enough lighting, and there is not enough scissors. I don't want to use my hair scissors on plastic.
No,
It's,
no, like you have to get them professionally sharpened and stuff like that, don't you? Hair
well, I don't.
scissors and stuff.
Yeah, you do. I don't actually cut hair, so luckily my scissors are mainly for hair tape. Anyone who knows
Boom.
what that is. But yeah, so I don't object to my scissors being used, but I do object if they don't give them back because I
Yeah.
am rubbish at remembering my stuff is. I'm like, quick stuff, stay near me because I'll forget.
Amazing. Right. Okay. I'm going to move on to a segment to the lives. So I don't know if any of you noticed, but on my social media, I asked for some tips from my followers. So this might be from professionals, it might be from brides who've already got married, and they have tips for other people, which is lovely. I love the Pretty Prep community. And I had some responses, which makes me really happy. So it didn't look like a knob when nobody responded. Claudia, she got ready at the Pretty Prep Studios at Ashford a couple of weeks ago, and she said, assign a duty to each bridesmaid to keep the worries on your wedding day, which is perfect. This is literally what we just said. Literally perfect. You should do that. Have somebody steam the dresses. Have somebody laying out your flat lay stuff. Have somebody make teas. Maybe have a tea lady. Offer it to your suppliers too. Okay, I will say something that no hairdresser or makeup artist is they're too polite to say. Please offer them hot drinks. They will love you forever. They can only say no, but sometimes these hairdressers and makeup artists have got up so early, left their water on the side or something, and they're literally like, oh, I'm so hot and I'm so stressed and I just want to do this, and they haven't got time to go make it themselves, or maybe they feel a bit too kind of like polite to actually ask for it. So on your wedding morning, please offer your suppliers drinks, and it would just be really nice, and they will love you forever. And please do that. That would be nice.
Yeah, yeah, we are dying. Ashley's right. We do feel like no one No, well, actually, I say that lots of people do, and they're really generous. Some people even sort us out breakfast when they're all eating. They get us something, do us a plate up, or leave us something so that most of the time we're mid work, we won't want to like eat because no one wants croissant in their hair. But we do want something at the end, and it is nice when that, especially if they've offered you a tea or like even just a water or something that you haven't had to ask for. It's actually really nice because we are there sometimes, 8 to 10 hours doing hair non-stop. That's a whole day's work, even though it starts early, we finish early. It is still a full day's work. So I agree.
Chloe just said, would you ever like a Prosecco? I'm sure the answer is near the end of the day. Absolutely. Maybe once everyone's done and you're all like, yeah, we're ready for the wedding. Glass of Prosecco to celebrate a job well done. Like, I'm sure you'd say yes, Laura, right?
100%. I would be in there like swimmer. I will have to say, if I'm driving, I probably won't. But if one of my friends is driving, which happens quite often, sometimes I even get drunk with the bridesmaids when we're already.
You keep them occupied for the bride, You're like the hire bridesmaid person. Bloody love that.
Yep.
Okay, so Claudia's tip, amazing. Yes, allocate jobs. I know that it's your wedding day, but like you're paying for people's hair to be done, their makeup to be done, and you're paying for them to have a lovely day. So make the bloody most of them. Literally, they won't mind. Like if they're your bridesmaid and you love them and they're your people, they will absolutely want to do stuff. So yeah, please utilize your lovely bridesmaids and your people who you love who are there at your wedding morning. And then I've had a tip from Stacey. Now I don't know Stacey. Hi Stacey. My wedding morning was really rushed at the end as we didn't give ourselves enough time. Maybe leave half-hour earlier so the end isn't such a panic. Sorry. Maybe arrive half-hour earlier so the end isn't such a panic. I do believe, like, even if you completely get there so early, you're dead and you have to get coffee and stuff like that. If you've even got like half-hour, an hour at the end, so you can have photos, you can do the reels, and you can literally just spend that moment with these people who you love, just being a miss, that last the last time, that last hour of your life, like you can just have the most amazing time with them. So it's not all about getting ready. You can then just have that moment. And on your wedding day, don't you think, Laura, like when you got married, when you're actually there at the ceremony and in the evening, you get pulled away a lot and you don't actually get a moment to appreciate the moment.
Goes so fast.
So if you can then take that time in the morning and you can then just appreciate that time with your girls and have that moment, like half-hour when you're already like feeling a bit giddy, you can get the nerves out, you can do the reels on Instagram, you can do all that kind of fun stuff. But what's your thoughts? Is that a good tip?
Yeah, I totally agree with. I'll echo everything that you've said. I just feel like the time does go really fast, and all those memories really need to be captured, which I offer as part of my services.
Laura's reels are epic, by the way, people. Laura somehow managed to work her wizardry on your hair, and she's also capturing like behind the scenes footage for like the social media, like an Instagram reel. Like, mate, what?
It's my favourite bit. I mean, I love doing hair, obviously, but if I didn't do hair, I would 100% be doing some kind of like content creation because I do love it. And also, I feel like sometimes those memories are so important. Elderly relatives coming in, your dad seeing you for the first time. Your mum coming in all dressed up, waiting to, like see you. Your girls being there, giving you all your gifts, like all those moments that sometimes the photographer or the videographer isn't arrived yet. So I feel like I like to factor in time to do that. So that is, that's just something I do for all my brides. I always make them a little reel of their day. It's just nice, isn't it, to have all of those memories.
So even if maybe a hair and makeup people give you an extra hour, maybe even add half-hour on top, just get extra time. If it's not like, if it's a 1 or 2 o'clock wedding, just get there half-hour earlier than you think you need. Just do it. You won't regret it. No one will ever regret having that much time, right? No, it's not gonna.
No one wants to get out of bed that early. I mean, we're all on the same team here. But actually, when you look back, it's nice to have had all that time. So I think you just like set that alarm half an hour earlier and just crack on if you can, because not every place will let you in. However, come to the studio, you can get in whenever time you like.
She's doing it for me, guys. Okay, so right, last question, guys. I know you've all been having loads of fun. I've been having loads of fun. Laura's been getting drunk and having fun. Laura, Please tell me, give me your top three top tips to make it go smoothly. Give me, I know we kind of did that a little bit when we was like telling stories, but if you had to, round it all up, come to a conclusion, three top tips for a wedding morning. Go.
My first one, this is especially from a hair and makeup side point of view, is we are not mind readers. We want you to be the best you've ever looked in your life. We're all out there to make you feel good. But if there's something you don't like, please don't be one of those people that doesn't say, just say, I just really want this bit here, or maybe a little bit less here, or whatever. Just tell us, because we're there to provide you a service and we want you to feel amazing. And what we think looks amazing might not be the side fringe that you wanted it the other. Do you know what I mean? Just tell us, because I'd much rather someone say, I hate that, can you just do this, than go away going, oh my God, the hairstylist was horrible. I literally want you to love what I've done. So, and I'm sure that everyone will agree with that. We really aren't scary. We just want you to be happy. So that's number one. Number two is choose somewhere where you're going to get ready with your suppliers in mind, because no one wants to get ready in the dark. Do you really want someone doing your hair and makeup in a space where they can't see what they're doing? Because I'm sure, as magic as we are not magicians. We'd much rather have a bit of light. Give us some light. Walk into the light, Caroline. Walk into the light. We just need a little bit of light and some space. So when you're choosing, oh, shall I get ready at mum and dad's? Just think, some parents' houses are amazing, but just think about, can I actually have everyone in the room that I want? I haven't got half my bridal party in the dining room, somebody in the bedroom, they're not together, because you can't all be in one place because it's not big enough. I think really think about that, because it makes a massive difference. Obviously, I'm an advocate for the Pretty Prep Studios. And really, if you're not booking them, what are you doing? But anyway, aside from that, number three, what can I say for number three? Three is it's your day.
Yeah.
It's your day. You have planned this day. It's not about what everyone else wants. It's about what you want. So just try and make sure that you rein in all that unhelpful sometimes advice that people give you and stuff. All the things that people go, oh well, when it was my day, or just have your day. And make it about you and what and your other half. My day would be my day featuring the husband. You know what I mean. You just need to make sure that it is everything you want, because you don't want to look back in the future and go, oh, I wish I hadn't done it like that. You do want it to be your day, so that's really important. Hopefully, that's three good tips.
That was amazing. Three top tips, and especially because you linked one to the Pretty Prep Studios, what I did pay you to do. So thank you, Nora.
I love it there. I know I love it there.
You do, and I love you. But I've got a few questions now. I've got Chloe who asked a question earlier. I have no idea how I want my hair. Are you able to help with inspiration prior to trials? Do you do that?
Yes. Right, okay, so most of the time I have to say people will send me inspo pics and I will say, yeah, that's AI. No, I don't really. I'll say, okay, that's requiring extensions, or that needs, look for something in your hair color, because it will look totally different if you're looking for a style in a different color. So I will always say, if you've got brown hair, look for a brown head style, blonde hair, blah blah blah. I will also say, if you send me a photo of your hair, of you from all different angles, not OnlyFans, that's weird, but like normal photos, I had to get it in there somewhere. Normal photos of you, I can then advise what I would suggest. Most of the time when people come for trials, they'll have an idea of what they want. They'll walk in, I'll be like, oh my God, I could do that. So we do the style that they've asked for, and usually they don't like it. I have to say, it usually happens, they don't like it, unless they've picked something that I have sort of helped along with. But yeah, I'm more than happy to guide you. The idea of doing a trial is so that we get to the style that you actually want. And as I said, I'm totally relaxed. I am a bit nuts, but in the best way. But I really want you to be happy with it, so you don't leave here until you like it.
Okay, amazing. And also, did you say a picture of their dress as well? You need a picture of them, but you need to see their dress too.
Some people don't want them to see a dress, so we talk about neckline or back.
Okay.
So I don't necessarily need to see it, but I need to have an idea. Well, I say I need to have an idea. As long as you've thought about the idea as a bride, that you've played a part in that. Sometimes when people try their dresses on, they'll sort of wiggle the hair up, or they'll try on a tiara and go, oh, well, the hair's daft. you know, they'll have an idea of when they've tried it on, oh, this is the kind of thing I want. And then I think that's what spurs them onto Pinterest, etc., looking for inspo. I'm very gestury tonight. But yeah, I feel like hopefully that's helpful. But yeah, always happy to help with hair, anything hair related. Always, my inbox is open.
Amazing. Chloe's also just said she thinks this is our own private Q&A. Chloe, it is, darling. Ask away. We're here to help. Do you do trials at Pretty Prep? Laura does do trials at Pretty Prep. You have done trials at the Pretty Prep before. I think other people do too. Definitely an option. Chloe, I think you're booked into Tonbridge, so just drop Alice a line on her Instagram, the Pretty Prep Studio Tonbridge Instagram. She'll be able to help you. I'm sure it won't be a problem. I'd let people do it at Canterbury and Ashford. I think it's just nice you see it and you start feeling what your wedding morning is going to feel like. Yeah. So yeah, have a chat to Alice and I'm sure she will let you do that.
Off the back of that, we had a trial at the Ashford one last year, and we made it into the hen do. So we had hair and makeup trials on the day at the Pretty Prep Studios, and then had like a brunch thing, and then went out on the hen do from there. So that's another good start. Yeah, and also we all tried on bridesmaid dresses, so you could all see them together. So that was also good.
Yeah. Bridesmaid dress sesh, which is really hard to say, and I'm glad I'm not drinking. Bridesmaid dress sesh. Yeah. So literally, bring all your dresses to the Pretty Prep Studios. So most people order them online because there's literally like no dress shops that do bridesmaid dresses now. So you order them all online, get lots of different styles and sizes and stuff, and just bring all the bridesmaids, have a little session, have your trial. I can even arrange like to make it your hen do. So I've teamed up with Iconic Jewelers in Ashford, and they do permanent jewellery. So you can come and have like a permanent bracelet on for their on the hen do. And then I've got somebody who does like cocktail making, so you can make some cocktails. So yeah.
I do love it. I do love it. Sorry, I just seen a comment.
I'm getting distracted by the comments. It distracted. Yeah, Kylie's like, does anybody think that Laura likes Pretty Prep? I'm gonna say she probably likes it a bit. Like, I wouldn't say biggest fan, but she'll definitely have a badge on Facebook, like top fan. It's because she's there all the time.
I live there.
Okay, right, unless there's any questions. I don't think I've seen any other questions in the chat, so you've got a couple of seconds before we go. If anyone has any serious questions, guys, I know there's some filth bags on here. You can't know my bra size, I'm really sorry. But if there's any serious questions that anybody has, then absolutely Laura's here to help. Yeah, give it a minute.
Yeah, so
how's your Prosecco going down?
Well, it's nearly gone now. I have enjoyed it. Well, that is a massive mug of tea. I wish I put my Prosecco in that. Shoe size.
Nearly as big as my head. Shoe size. I'm a ball.
Oh,
I'm doing. We can share shoes.
We can share shoes. I mean, I've just bought some Kurt Geigers, so you're more than welcome to try those on in the sale.
Guys, you heard it. This is unrecorded, right? Everybody heard that. So we're like, going, Lord, can I borrow your Kurt Geigers?
Rainbow. They are epic.
Oh my god. Okay, right. I think that we're probably done, Laura. So I'll give you my final speech, guys. Are you ready? So that's the end of our very first wedding morning tales. A huge big thank you for Laura for joining me and sharing her experiences, and thank you for you guys for listening, because Christ, you made it, you survived. If you would like to see this as a regular feature, please let me know, because I'm doing this as lives at the moment just to feel it out to see if people will actually watch it. So if you think it should be, please let me know. I've got a few more people lined up to do some lives, but if you think I should maybe turn it into a podcast, like be at the studios, have little mics and stuff and do lots of fancy things. If you think it's a good idea and you think it's useful, I don't want to do it just for funsies, which would be fun. But if you think it's useful, if you're a bride-to-be, please let me know. And if you have any tips for people for next episode when we go, let me know, and we can share everyone's tips or suppliers. There's lots of you on there. So yes, give me your tips. And yeah, this has been Wedding Morning Tales. Cheers to your perfect wedding morning, everybody.